All right, welcome to Teal House Farm. Yeah, we are not at the Teal House Farm today. We will be back soon. So today we are doing our 6-month bulk grocery shopping. And if you've been with us for a little bit, you know that about every 6 months I go and do a bulk haul of the dry goods and the baking things that we need and just keep them stocked in my pantry. And so we are back at, if I can get a video, can you see that? We're back at Sam's Club. I shop at Sam's Club for these things because it tends to be cheaper and I can buy larger quantities, and also I don't have a Costco near me, so Sam's Club is kind of the only wholesale option available, so this is where we go. So last time we did this, I believe it was either June or July, so this is a little bit more than 6 months, and the reason for that is because in the last 6 months I've had a baby and surgery, and then Annie had surgery, so there were several weeks where I really wasn't cooking at all, probably about a month and a half where I wasn't really using stuff because our church was wonderful in providing meals for us for those things, which was awesome. So we're back anyway, and I'm gonna try to do just like I did last time. We're gonna go and we're gonna get our stuff, and I'm really interested to see the price comparisons this time because there's a lot of inflation going on right now. If you are watching this later, this popped up, you know, a year or two from when I filmed this, so right now there's a little bit of chaos going on in Eastern Europe, which is adding to the already post-COVID inflation. I'm actually a little nervous about doing this bulk haul today. I've been planning this for weeks, that this was when I was going to go, and yesterday everything kind of went down, and I'm worried that there's going to be a lot of panic shoppers right now, and it's going to be hard to find what I need. I'm also worried about getting nasty looks because when you're already shopping for a big family, you buy a lot of things in big quantities. Plus, this is a bulk haul. It's going to be a lot of things, large amounts of them, and I don't want people to think that I'm like being a hoarder, because I'm not. I was already planning on doing this, and I shop this stuff out 6 months ahead of time because it saves me money, it saves me trips to the store, and it means that I'm never running out and having to run down to our little local grocery and pay way overpriced prices for things like flour and sugar. But anyway, let's see, we just finished up, we took Annie to therapy, so today with me I have Annie, who's using her tablet for doing a good job in therapy, and Micah is my helper today. She gets a special date with mommy. I've been taking the girls one at a time for a special date. So while Annie's in therapy, they get to pick whatever activity or game they want to do with mommy while we wait. So we tried to watch a movie and have hot cocoa. Then we had some internet troubles, but it did okay. And Annie did great in therapy. She rode a bike today, and it looked amazing because before her surgery, riding her bike, she could do it, but it was really hard for her. She could not start it or stop it on her own and had a really hard time steering, and surgery has made all of those things so much easier for her. She really looked just like anybody else on her bike today, so good job, Annie. All right, ladies, let's go in.
Okay.
Let's get some stuff. You ready to go shopping?
I don't want a car cart with me.
You don't want a car cart? Okay, you don't have to. You can walk. If you get tired, I'll just plop you in the cart, okay? Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna see my bye-bye.
Here it is. Let's see what my total was. I have to look actually. $560. I spent $444 at Sam's Club, where I got the majority of things, and then I also spent another was 120, a little less than 120 at Walmart, where I picked up some things that they didn't have at Sam's Club, and also Also, I wanted to go to Walmart because I use Fetch for every time I go grocery shopping. I scan the receipts using an app called Fetch, and then I get points kicked back, which I turn into gift cards. And I had gift cards to Walmart. I should have gotten gift cards to Sam's Club. I just wasn't thinking. I had traded it in for Walmart gift cards. So I wanted to get a bunch of stuff at Walmart because I could use those gift cards to pay for it. It wasn't money out of my pocket. If you're interested in trying Fetch, this is my code. And when you use my code, you get something like 3,000 or 4,000 startup points. And basically 1,000 points is worth $1. And there's hundreds of stores you can choose from, including like Amazon. And you can trade it in for gift cards. and it's awesome. So I've literally made hundreds of dollars worth of gift cards just buying stuff that I usually buy over the last year and a half, not buying anything special and just cashing in those points. Someone is obviously collecting your data. That's why they have this program for businesses to collect shoppers data, but I figure my debit card is already collecting my shoppers data. I don't really care. I'll take the points and use the money to buy stuff for my family. So let me show you what I got and what it is that we stock up on. Between these 6-month stock ups, I also stock up on meat once a year, and I do tons of pressure canning during the year, especially stuff for my garden. Saves me many trips to the store. It keeps my pantry really well stocked. I store most of these things either in 5-gallon food grade buckets or in the original extra size containers that they come in. So let's look. First, real quick, our disposable products that we bought. I really don't use a lot of disposable products. I have some nighttime diapers here for Isla. I do cloth during the day, but I keep disposables on hand for if we have a babysitter or for overnights. Though, I've actually started using, at least on the baby, using cloth diapers at night some too, just because everything is going up in price, and this is something that's really an extra. I don't need to buy diapers. You can cloth diaper overnight, it's just a little more work, so going less and less on those to save some money. And then toilet paper for the obvious reasons. We do have family cloth in the bathroom, but I don't let the kids use it. The cost savings is not worth it when little kids clog your toilet by flushing a cloth wipe down there. So the little kids use regular toilet paper, and then there's family cloth for Sam and I, which cuts down things, and when the kids are older they can use it too, but right now I don't trust them not to try to clog my potty. So okay, baking supplies. So for 6 months I have 20 pounds worth of sugar, and I keep this obviously in a 5-gallon bucket just like that. I don't use oxygen absorbers. Sugar has a long shelf life. I don't have any problems with it getting hard or crazy or anything like that. And I have 5 5-pound bags of bread flour. Last time I was able to buy extra, like just one big bag of bread flour, 25-pound bag, which saved me money. But I couldn't find it at Sam's Club, and Walmart didn't even have the Walmart brand bread flour, so I had to buy the really nice, expensive Pillsbury bread flour. But it's fine because it'll be in my pantry and I won't have to go looking for bread flour. I make a lot of bread. I make several loaves a week. I make rolls. We go through a lot of bread flour. So 25 pounds. You can fit about 25 pounds of flour in a 5-gallon bucket. So that's why I go with these sizes, 20 to 25 pounds for amounts.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Okay. 3 extra size bags of chocolate chips for baking. I use them for muffins and for cookies and for brownies, and sometimes we make trail mix, so those are there. We'll use those, no problem. I got 2 jugs of oversized vegetable oil. I actually don't use a lot of vegetable oil. I save bacon and beef grease. I refine the beef grease into things called tallow so that it lasts a really long time in the fridge, and I use that in my cooking and for greasing muffin tins and pans. But I do use the vegetable oil in my dessert baking, like brownies and things, because because the animal fats change the flavor. This is a year's worth, honestly. I use one of these jugs about every 6 months. So I got some powdered sugar. I do use this not very often, but I make frosting sometimes, or have a sugar cookie recipe that needs that. I got 50 pounds worth of all-purpose flour. I do so much baking from scratch. We go through the flour. I have wheat berries too that I use and grind my own wheat. So I usually mix half regular flour, half of the wheat flour. Keeps things from getting too heavy, but makes them a little healthier for you. I'll put one of these in the bucket that I have because the bucket is basically empty. And the other one will go in the freezer, and in probably 3 to 4 months, this will be used up, and then I'll drag the other one out of the freezer and refill my bucket. Cornbread mix. I could make my own corn muffin mix. I just don't find that there's any money savings in it from just buying the Jiffy, but it's less expensive to buy these oversized ones than the individual packets. This is just a big jug of cornstarch. I use cornstarch for thickening my gravies, so we'll need that. And I also use it when I make pies from our canned fruit. I just add that. I add a little bit of cornstarch to the fruit and the syrup that's already in the jar, and then that's the middle of your pie. Super easy. Crisco Crisco. I have used less and less. I used to use so much Crisco. I use less and less every year, which is probably really good for me. Because like I said, I save all my beef and bacon and that type of grease for my cast iron pan to grease things and to cook in. And so the only thing that I still use Crisco for is I use it for chocolate chip cookies. My grandma's recipe uses Crisco. And so this is for many, many batches of chocolate chip cookies. And I do, when we butcher the pig, when we get our butchered pig in the spring, I also get a big tub of lard, and that's what I use for biscuits and frying and pies and things like that. So Crisco is really just for chocolate chip cookies, and I do sometimes use it in my muffin recipe. Okay, and ending up the baking stuff, I get double packs of raisins. That's 4 oversized packages once you open the boxes, and 2 oversized package of cranberries. These are for oatmeals in the mornings. I also mix in for my DIY muffin mix. I do that a lot for breakfast. Super easy. Just scoop the mix, add a little milk, dump in your dried fruit. Voila, you got muffins for breakfast. And I think that's all the cooking stuff. So some of the other things that we picked up, these are for Mommy and Daddy. That's our special treats. I love caffeine-free Diet Coke. Sam loves Diet Cherry Coke. So that's our naughty special treat. And then also Mommy and Daddy snack is some beef jerky, whipped cream. Annie has to take some medicine that doesn't taste very good. That's just a swallow, so we tend to hide it in whipped cream. Seems to be the best way to get it down for her. So go through that pretty quickly. I got a big bag of tortillas. I want to see if I can freeze some. We'll see how that goes. I have a feeling they're all going to stick together. I read somewhere people put like paper towels between them to freeze them, but that seems like a ginormous waste of paper towels and expensive. So we're just going to see what happens. I'll let you know. I got several boxes of cereal. We do cereal on Sunday mornings before church because everyone can get their own breakfast that way. So this should last us a few weeks. That's the only day of the week we do cereal though, because it does not fill bellies and it is very expensive when you're feeding a lot of kids. This is what Ivy requested for dessert. She wanted Twizzlers. It just needed a little more butter. There's another bag of flour that didn't make it on the right side. Peanut butter. I stock up on peanut butter so we never run out because we go through a lot of peanut butter. And mac and cheese. This is one of the kids' favorites for lunches. I'll do that with a vegetable. Be super easy. Because I spent all day at the store, this is dinner tonight. I have a rotisserie chicken and salad, and then I have some bread left over that we'll have with this. And then condiments. I stack up on condiments every 6 months. It's just easier. They're shelf stable, so they're not going anywhere. And then we can just buy oversized jars, which is less expensive, and then we just have it when we need it. This one is just dry ranch seasoning. I have several crock pot recipes that use dry ranch, so I just buy a bigger container of it instead of all the individual packets. Ketchup, this ketchup will last us just a couple months and I'll have to get more. My kids love ketchup. And then ranch dressing for salads, and real maple syrup. Maple syrup is just atrociously expensive at our little local market. I think it's almost $10 for this little glass jar. And so when I go to Sam's Club, I try to stock up on the maple syrup like this, because it is, I think it's probably like a quarter of a price. I'll have to compare that. I got them little cookie snacks at the store. Somebody just left their trash. All right. These are potatoes. Last year I grew potatoes in tires and they did awesome. So I'm going to do that again this year. But I saw these purple potatoes and I thought the girls would think that was so cool. So I just picked up those starter potatoes, and we won't plant them for a few weeks, but I'll be doing those in tires again. Double bubble. My kids just learned how to blow bubbles with bubble gum, so there's a special treat for them. And this is Ivy's very favorite snack. She's been lurking right behind me while I've been filming this. Where are you, Ivy? Ivy. There she is, because she desperately wants to open that bag of popcorn. I told her she had to wait till I was done. Don't make a mess with it. Alright. We have this, got dropped outside, so it's muddy. Got this one too. Sweet and salty kettle corn for popcorn snacks.
Popcorn?
Yeah, go in there. Ivy's getting a bowl, okay?
Can I have that popcorn?
I got some chocolate milks. The girls, since Annie has therapy every day, basically for the next 6 months, I've been bringing the girls one at a time on special dates on days when I have a babysitter. And so we pack a lunch box either for lunch or dinner, depending what time therapy is. And I thought these would be a fun special treat for whoever's date it is to be able to pack in their lunch box, to be able to bring a chocolate milk. These are also special treats for those lunch boxes, the applesauce pouch and the yogurt pouch. So just tried to get them some special things to make it even more fun for them. I love these real crumbled bacons from Sam's Club. They're shelf stable until you open them, and then they still last a really long time in the fridge, but it's real bacon. It's pre-cooked. I throw it in a lot of my breakfast things, especially my frozen quiches. They're really digging into the popcorn. Alright, I got a giant pack of quick oats. I do oatmeal 2 or 3 times a week because it's so easy with all the little kids. I can just dish it out really fast and then they can put whatever they like on top. So stocked up on that. I'll probably put this in a 5-gallon container as well. Plastic tub container. Just because being an old farmhouse, there's always a risk of a mouse finding its way into the house and it'll get right through that so fast. Alright. 2 things of Parmesan cheese that should last us a good 6 months, and then a thing to refill my salt containers. Almost done. On the floor here we have individual chip bags and other things for them to pick from when they're packing their special lunchbox for their special date. Nutella, because Micah thinks Nutella is a food group by itself. Honey. I don't do a lot of cooking with honey because it just gets way too expensive, but we do honey on oatmeal and on rolls and things like that. Chocolate syrup for ice cream sundaes and making chocolate milk. And I got some avocado oil because I actually could not find olive oil at the store, which was kind of weird. But I got this. This should be a fine substitute for that. And finally, over here, I let them pick a special treat for breakfast. Ivy. And sorry, there is a goat in the corner and laundry and all sorts of things going on in this kitchen. Special treat for breakfast, they picked this huge platter. I'm going to freeze some of these pieces in my reusable silicone bags, and then we will be able to pull them out over the next few weeks for special breakfasts when we're, you know, having a special treat for breakfast. Well, that's it. That's everything. I will not need you. You may realize that there's like no brown sugar, no baking powder, no baking soda. Because my last haul, I got extra because it lasts on the shelf for so long as you're not opening the containers. So I bought extra then, and it's already on my shelf, so I didn't need to buy it this time. Next 6 months, I will need to stock up again on those, but I'll probably do a year's supply of those as well because the containers are smaller anyway because I don't use as much. So there's no reason to not stock that far ahead. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you guys again really soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you next time.